My name's Steve Rico. My PDGA number is 4666. I started when I was 7 years old, so about 34 years now. Played my first PDGA tournament when I was 9 years old. That was the Wintertime Open, and I've been playing pretty much competition golf since then. Got started, my dad used to go and play up at the park with his brother and some of his friends, and he started taking me and my brother when we were kids, and we just fell in love with the game, and that was it. We've just been playing ever since. So far, it's been good. I didn't have a whole lot of off-season training. I wasn't out there like normal. I've been very busy with the company and the construction business, so I didn't get to really go out there and practice in the off-season as much as I wanted to. Played the Wintertime Open. I played an open division. I didn't do too bad. I ended up in 9th place. I felt like I could have been up there battling at the top. I just had some mistakes and some early season rust that I had to shake off. Played Masters in Vegas, did pretty well up there. I lost in a playoff, unfortunately, but I felt like my game was getting better. After a couple of weeks of really playing a lot of golf, I played well at the Memorial. Putting's been really strong, did good with the putting. My distance is starting to come back now after playing for a few weeks. Felt like I played well. And went into a playoff with KJ, and we had a battle it towards the end, and fortunately I came out on top on that one. So I went into the last round and I had a 2-stroke lead, but it was a battle. Our whole group was within a few strokes of each other, and right off the bat, Stewart, he was like 7 for 7 right off the start, and he had caught me, and I actually took the lead by a couple of strokes, and he held it the whole way down the stretch, coming into the last hole on 18, where he made his only mistake of the round and threw it in the water out of bounds. So I was forced to actually go for the long drive off the tee pad to give myself a chance. He laid up and played for the 5, and I had to go for the 3. And I threw a good up shot and had to make a 25-footer to force the playoff, and I did. Well, I felt pretty good, even though I just came out of a sudden death playoff loss. I still felt pretty positive. Like I said, I didn't have a whole lot of practice prior, so the more I played, the more I could feel my game getting better. My putting was getting a lot tighter. My distance from just being in golf shape was starting to feel farther. I wasn't really upset with the loss. Of course, I want to win, but I felt like my game was getting better. I don't have the opportunity to practice and play every day like a lot of these guys do out there. So just playing for those few weeks, I could feel my game getting better, and I was excited going into the Memorial, and I played well. I took a day off on Monday just to rest up a little bit. I kind of practiced lightly at the fountain, and had another light practice day at Vista. I was trying not to wear myself out. I know the courses and how they played throughout the years. So I try to just let my body rest and just make sure I putted a lot, make sure my putting was good. And that was my preparation going into it, just to try to execute what I practiced during my practice rounds. 10 under at Vista. It went good. I had a good start. And I think on that course, it's very important to get out to a good start. There's a lot of birdie holes there towards the beginning. That's a confidence booster going into the middle holes where it gets tougher, and then towards the end there's a couple of birdie holes towards the end. So getting off to a good start and carrying that momentum through the round is I think very important on that course. I held the lead for pretty much throughout the whole time, and then I think it's like hole 11 is when KJ birdied, and I had a 35-footer, hit the basket and roll in the water, and I bogeyed it. KJ went from being down 1 to being up 1 on that hole. That was the first lead change of the whole tournament. That was the last round on Sunday. KJ had a slow start, and then had a couple of big rounds at Vista, and those 2 big rounds at Vista was what put him up there for the battle. The Masters division, man, we never have no cameras. There's no gallery for us, none of that stuff. Even when we started on Sunday, there was nothing out there but just us, our foursome playing. When we had to go to the playoff, everybody was there. We had a huge gallery, a few hundred people. The cameras were all there. So now we're going into a playoff, and all of a sudden, that was like the first time I felt nerves throughout pretty much the whole tournament. It was right there towards the playoff, which the week prior, I felt fine in my playoff. Yeah, it was quite a bit different. I think it's just because the cameras and all the people there. Even though I've been doing this a long time, the nerves and the pressure still happens. Well, once KJ threw his drive in a circle, I've actually played that hole pretty good, and I didn't really change my routine. I tried to throw the same shot I've thrown prior to it. I just let it come out a little bit low. You have to throw a low shot to get the slide on the grass. The grass is so fast out there. So I was trying to throw a low shot. It just, I just missed the angle of the throw, and instead of it skipping, it kind of just buried itself and stopped. So I knew KJ was gonna make that putt. He's been playing great all day, and he's gonna make that 25-footer, especially to win the tournament. So I just had to make sure and go through my routine like normal and make sure I gave it enough power to get to the basket. I didn't want to come up short in that situation. I wanted to either, you know, blow by the basket or hit metal, you know. So I just wanted to make sure I gave it a chance, and I did. And fortunately, the putt had the perfect speed and the perfect line, and it went in. On a putt, on most putts in the circle, you can feel confident about making it. You know, even 40 feet, you know, you can feel confident like, oh, I'm gonna make this. But when you get out to 90 feet, you're just giving it all you got. You know, whether you make it or miss it, you're just giving it all you can, and just, you know, hopefully it'll go in. And fortunately, it went in. But something like that, you know, I mean, the confidence was still there throughout the round, but on a 90-footer, you know, you can't really count on making those all the time. 17, we both threw sidearm drives on it. He went first, he parked it, so I had to step up and execute my sidearm. And it's an easy hole, so you can get a bad roll away if you get the angle wrong, but I threw a good shot, and both had really short putts for birdie, and then going into 18. KJ had asked me if we both wanted to go for it so the playoff would end, you know. So you want to say we have a gentleman's bet and we both go for the mandatory. Thought about it for a second. I had not practiced that shot going for it. I practiced the layup. So I told him that, no, let's just go, let's just play the hole the way we attack the hole normally. And if we have to come back and play this, then we'll both decide, we'll both go for the mandatory on the second time if it happens. He went first, and there was a little bit of a crosswind, and he threw a shot, and it just drifted past the mandatory. He missed it by a little bit. I threw a spike with an overstable enemy, and I just spiked it short, just to stay safe. I have an easy pitch up to the mandatory. I forced him to have to go for the putt in the drop zone, which is about 70 feet, and he gave it a hell of a run. He was just a little bit wide on it, and I tapped out for the win. Felt great coming up, especially coming off a loss from the previous week in a playoff. Losing twice in a row in a playoff would have left a bad taste in my mouth. So fortunately, I came out on top, and you know, it made it feel pretty good. I was pretty happy with it. So the rest of the year, I know I got annual bowl 8th year coming up in a few weeks. Playing open in that. St. Patrick's is coming up soon too. Another 8th year I'll be playing in. And then definitely doing Pro Worlds. I'm not sure if I'm going to do the US Masters yet. I definitely will be playing the Pro Masters and Pro Worlds. So. And then probably pick and choose a couple of big ones. Oh, GBO, I'm playing GBO also. I think I'm playing Masters in that one. I'm not sure exactly how I signed up for it yet, but I think I'll be playing Masters in that. And probably the USDGC at the end of the year.